Bluetooth sort of gets a category of its own here because it's not typically a plug-and-play device. Yeah, it kind of is, but not really. Plug-and-play actually does do some of the work, but the thing about Bluetooth is you have to do some manual setup. Now there are a couple of versions of Bluetooth. Actually, there are more than that, but there are a couple of primary types of Bluetooth: the standard, regular, old, traditional Bluetooth, and a new one called Bluetooth LE, or low energy, which were designed for things like smartwatches and those exercise devices and so on. But it's being used more and more on computers for other things. And Bluetooth LE is not really backwards compatible with Bluetooth, but Windows 10 kind of supports both. But unlike plug-and-play devices, I have to do something to make these things just work. I have to pair them. So typically, what I'll find on a Bluetooth device, let's say you have a Bluetooth mouse, for example. Now, I don't like to use a Bluetooth mouse, although I do have one, but I don't use it very often because of the problem of the delay in getting it hooked up. But anyway, not hooked up, but the delay in using it. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Typically, you'll find a button, say, on that mouse. So I'll click and hold that button, and eventually a little blue light will flash off and on in regular flashes. Once that occurs, once this thing is there, let me see. Do I have my Bluetooth mouse here? Oh, I do have my Bluetooth mouse sitting in front of me. I'm going to go then to devices here. I'm going to go to Start, Settings, System. Excuse me, not System. Let's go back again. Devices, and Bluetooth and other devices. And right now you'll see that this Microsoft Sculpt Comfort mouse is paired. I'm going to go ahead and click that and remove that device. Are you sure you want to remove this device? Yes, I am. So now what I'm going to do is, you can't see this, but I'm going to push the button on that Bluetooth mouse right now, and I'm going to hold it until I see the blue light flashing regularly. And now I'll say add Bluetooth or other device, and it will start looking for it. Add a device, and here are some devices. It says, well, what kind? Well, mice, keyboard, so I'll click my mouse, and it's going to scan and try to find that device that is in this sort of discovery mode right now. Now, it stays in discovery mode quite a long time, and unfortunately it can take quite a bit of time for it to pair, and other times it's relatively quick. So I'm going to pause the video while I wait. Okay, it finally popped up. Actually, it sat there for 3 or 4 minutes without popping up, and I actually canceled it and restarted it, and this is not uncommon. Sometimes it's really hard for Windows to find the device. But I'm going to go ahead and click this now, and it's going to go ahead and connect it up. And now it is paired, and you see it's over here connected and ready to use. Now, the reason I said that I don't like to use Bluetooth mice is because there is a delay. Now, actually, right here, you can see that I'm having trouble moving this cursor around. That's because, for one thing, the distance between my mouse and my actual computer is a little bit too long for the signal. And if I let it sit here for a while, and I'm not going to wait on the video now, but if I let it sit here for a couple of minutes, it will actually go to sleep. And then when I want to start using it again, I usually have to move it around quite a bit, or click the button or something to get it to wake up and for the computer to start seeing it. That can be real annoying. It's really annoying with a keyboard. You start typing and nothing happens while you wait for the Bluetooth thing to hook up. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this device again, because I don't like to use my Bluetooth mouse on this this computer, mainly because the signal distance is just too far. Alright, that's it for Bluetooth, I believe. Let's take a look at our notes and see if I missed anything I wanted to say. Oh, yes, I did. One other thing is something called Swift Pair, which is new in Windows. Swift Pair kind of get you out of that long process that we just went through. The Swift Pair is kind of the plug-and-play version of Bluetooth. Windows will attempt to discover a Bluetooth device and then pop up a window that you can just click to pair it. I should also mention that some devices will require that you enter a code or a number either on the device or on the computer in order to pair it, and that's a security step so that people can't just nonchalantly pair things up with your computer. Alright, that's it for Bluetooth devices. Next we're going to talk a little bit more about USB devices.